Hi everyone, this is Ryan Melton again. Today I am with another one of our great sponsors. Today we have Tara from Kayhan Space, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what Kayhan has going on. They've got some exciting products I know of, one of which is called SatCat, which I'm sure that we'll talk about, and a lot of other stuff going on in Kayhan. So I'm excited. It's great to be with you today, Tara. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what's going on at Kayhan.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ryan, for having me here. I'm really excited to speak about all the fun stuff that we are doing and really grateful for this opportunity. I am Tara. My full name is Taralicin Deka, but people just call me Tara. I am a senior astrodynamics engineer at Kayhan Space. I basically work with the amazing team at Kayhan to help them build tools and services that are necessary to bring next generation automation to satellite operations and spaceflight safety. In simpler words, we just do anything and everything that is required to make a space mission feel safe to fly in the highly cluttered low Earth orbit environment. Let me just dive right on since you brought up about SatCat and you wanted to hear about Kayhan. We are a space company with the mission, just like I said, to automate satellite operations and make spaceflight feel safer. As you know, the low Earth orbit is getting more and more cluttered with so many active satellites already in space and a bunch of like dead satellites and a lot of like space debris all flowing together, right, at a specific altitude. So that is just making things way harder for newer satellites or even existing satellites to navigate around in that cluttered environment. So this is a very high time, space operators start caring about safety for themselves and for other operators who are operating in the same space or sharing the same space. So this is where Kayhan Space jumps on. We figured out this loophole that although there are so many different operators trying to fly their satellites, there is no clear way or a straightforward way how everybody is communicating to each other and, communicating the necessary orbital information rather, which is required to feel safe in space. So this is where we are trying to bring in a lot of different tools which will help build this gap. As simple as building a platform where space operators can talk to each other about their own missions and let the other operators know about their intentions going forward in the mission. If one satellite is suppose maneuvering, it's really important for other space operators or satellite operators to know that information beforehand so that they can act accordingly, right, to avoid any possible collisions. And yeah, just to put things in perspective, even a very like small collision or a single collision right now can literally lead to a Kessler syndrome, which just means we will be left with so much more debris, so much more space debris, one collision leading to the other, So it's very important to communicate such crucial information to all other operators in space to make space safer.
So you're building kind of a network of Kayhan's customers that can then communicate with each other. Is that open to non-customers as well, or just people in like the Kayhan network?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have different customers already like signed up on Kayhan who can communicate with each other. But we are also building a huge like business directory where anybody can sign up on SatCat and they can take a look and find out all the operators who exist and what are the assets that they're flying in space. So for example, you want to just see that, okay, in the next 1 year, how about I fly my satellite? And, I want to see how my 10 years mission will look like. Like, am I safe to go ahead and fly my satellite? So you as a simple user also can come into SatCat, simulate your own mission and see what are the different threats that you may encounter in space. Suppose there is like another say a random satellite, right? Maybe a SpaceX constellation satellite that you see that there is a possible conjunction. SatCat will tell you that hey, in 10 days you're going to collide with this satellite, so better watch out. So things like that. You can always come into satellites, screen your mission against ton of different satellites that already exist in space, and identify any high risk conjunctions that can happen. And you can come up with a mitigation plan where you can use our help to design collision avoidance maneuvers and let other operators know about those maneuvers that you plan on doing. So it's basically, one stop shop for all operators to come together, and build that network and talk to each other.
So you've been talking a lot about satcat.com. Can you tell me just give us kind of an overview of what satcat.com is from a very high level?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like I said, SatCat is basically the software platform that we are building to help commercial space operators, government space operators, or even as simple as normal users and students to come in and play with any mission that they want to play with. For example, suppose you are an active operator and you have a satellite in space, you would have the functionality available in SatCat where you can come in and simulate your mission, do conjunction analysis with any other satellite that exists in that space, and come up with mitigation plan. Just like I said, we will offer collision avoidance maneuvers to you, and it's up to you to pick the best maneuver that suits your requirements and go ahead with that. And you also do get the opportunity through SatCat to speak with different operators and relay that message that, okay, this is what I intend to do in the next couple of days. And that way, everything is just contained, and it's just clear, I think, communication between all the different parties that are trying to operate together in space. So
Yeah, so it
those
seems
are
like you've got a nice kind of operator. Is it like a chat kind of interface between different operators?
with our business directory, you can look up operators, find their contact information, and always, follow up with them with different ways. In fact, it's funny, currently, I recently learned the golden standard between operators to speak to each other is actually faxing or, emailing to each other. So right now, all that information is super scattered. You have to look up different websites, figure out who is operating a specific asset, and what does their mission do, and all that information is just scattered in different platforms. So SatCat is trying to bring all that information together in one platform where you can, understand about a mission, know who is operating them, and know a way how to reach out to them and, talk about what needs to be done next.
For sure. So it sounds like there's lots of cool stuff going on at Kayhan. Anything particularly kind of new and exciting you'd like to bring up?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, this business directory itself that I just mentioned, that is a compilation of thousands of space operators, space manufacturers. That directory itself is a very new addition to SatCat. That has been already that has already had so many followers. It's a very useful piece that we have brought in very recently. Outside that, yes, we do have a maneuver planner, which is available for people to, test out different types of maneuvers that they intend to do in their mission lifetime. And of course, with every new maneuver, you get the opportunity to screen your mission so that you know all the possible future conjunctions that are high risk conjunctions that are coming up your way. And just communicate that to ensure larger safety of low Earth space.
Awesome. So it sounds like Kayhan is a really nice kind of flight dynamic solution. You guys can do orbit propagation, orbit determination, conjunction analysis, maneuver
Absolutely.
planning, as well as kind of this communication network between operators. So that sounds like a really cool kind of product when you put all that functionality together to, like you said, to keep people safe in space.
Absolutely. And it's really important to note that we are not just building a software and selling a software. It's the way we work with our customers. You are using our software and you get the entire astrodynamics team with you to walk you through every little difficulty that you may face on the way. I myself have like worked hands-on with, customers trying to solve flight dynamics problems, or just hands-on problem that just may come up, which may not be a functionality in SatCat yet, but they just need help with something. So it's not just, I think, software transaction that is happening here. You're
Mhm.
basically signing up for the entire like flight dynamics or astrodynamics team at Kayhan, which is something I really appreciate the way we are trying to
Yeah,
do
you're not
things.
just getting a software product, you're getting a team to work with
Yeah,
you on your mission as well.
absolutely.
That's fantastic. So we're here because of the Space Software Summit. You guys are one of our great sponsors, and thank you very much for that. Can you tell us what you're excited about for the summit coming up?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, thank you very much, I think, for putting this together. This is first time I think ever we are going to have summit or like a conference which is entirely dedicating to bringing every possible space software together, right? I
Mm.
personally have not been to one such like conference. So it's going to be super exciting just to know like everybody else who are doing cool stuff in space. So yeah, overall, I think the idea is fantastic. I really hope like we have a great year for this conference, and and in the upcoming years we have just more reasons to do this, more often, and
For sure. Yeah, I'm
just bring
super
everybody
excited to get
together.
all the different people doing all the different parts, ground and flight and open source and
Absolutely.
AIML and all the different aspects. There's so much exciting stuff going on in software that
Mhm.
a lot of times software is put on the sides, like, oh, you're not a satellite or you're not a thruster or whatever. And I'm super excited to have this conference put together and just get to talk about software and kind of nerd out on
Yeah.
that for a little bit. So
And you'll be amazed like how like different softwares or people who are working towards different softwares can actually collaborate with each other, right?
mhm.
There's just so many missing pieces you do not realize that you may need from another party. So I'm absolutely looking forward to this networking and getting to know more teams who are coming up with like so much vision and putting together, products out there. And yeah, just I think build network and look for opportunities to collaborate together. That'll be super fun.
Awesome. So thanks everybody for kind of listening to our talk here. For you who don't know, Space Software Summit is coming up this October 6th through 8th. It's going to be in Boulder, Colorado at the Embassy Suites. It's going to be an awesome gathering of everyone doing something involved with space software in one place. Chance to meet, figure out what's going on innovative in the industry, and meet great companies here like Kayhan. So we will see you at the summit in October. Thank you so much, Tara, for talking with me today. And thanks to everyone out there for watching this video.
Thank you.